pleased to find some of you in 3D and to find that some of you actually are 3D. To be brief, Stephen's brief was to be brief. So, however disappointing for you all, I'm aiming to be on brief by being brief. And Stephen shall therefore henceforth be Steve. If brevity is the soul of wit, it's touching that it's coined in the Ship of Fools, 1509, which is a little after 3 o'clock. Briefly too, I like Sol LeWitt, an innovator of the artist's book, and for our purposes here, just like me, a minimalist. But as Don Quixote has it, the rest I should admit, because length begets loathing. So chiefly, briefly, the adjective, or adj, brief, was coined before 1200 as bref in Arthur and Merlin, borrowed from Old French and directly from Latin, brevis, for short. And it spent time in Romantic, Germanic and Icelandic mouths through time to refer to the shortest of musical and written notes, a summary, or to give information, a brief. And it takes its place as a doublet of a bridge, meaning curtail or lessen, borrowed from the Old French, make brief. Now, briefly, a doublet, ironically, can mean something doubled. Altogether not very brief then. In a linguistic sense, two or more different words from the same source. And the other in that doublet is abbreviation, a noun, coined probably by 1425, just before 2:30, via Middle French from the Latin to shorten or make brief. So, to put it briefly, at length, we've arrived at abbreviation. Abbreviation is abbreviated ABR, not AB, which is Abbey, or the Italian abbuono, for allowance, or interestingly in this particular context, a discount. For brevity's sake then, I'll abbreviate, because I am HO, I've got a GSOH. For context, we're presently ad in it, at the beginning. Presently will be ad fini, near the end, which will no doubt feel by then as ad inf, ad infinity. It's nice, Paul, to be ad hunc locum, at this place. But it might be fun to follow where my BR, my book of reference, leads us. Keeping it short has actually been harder than I thought. I'm not sure whether I'm keen to learn whether the blood sugar, breath sounds and breath-breaking strain of below specification Bristol Boy Scouts in the Budgerigar Society is more blessed sacrament than bullshit. Or whether it's preferable to secure some balanced salt solution that meets the basic safety standards of the British Sailors Society to treat the boatswain's sub-lieutenant's bacterial skin lesion, or a British standard sized tub of lotion. Oh, sorry, it's lot or loot, don't. Instead, I think I should default to British Sign Language and ask the Bachelor of Sacred Literature, in Latin Old Style perhaps, about the law of the seas, where line of sight is presumably required to prevent any loss of signal, so that our Spanish gentleman captain can pause his cruiser for a canto, to charm a carboniferous cardinal's cold Celtic castle with only Christ for confessor and cocaine for company. That one's copyright for a century. Might we, with double hard hands and a high-grade Holy Ghost, retire to the dining room for the dead reckoning as some dynamic relaxation after some digital rectal examination from the Director of Religious Education? Finding our way, hopefully, perhaps to Burma before the burp. Be undressed ready, my angel, for fear I will leave you a bankrupt, unemployed, rejected person. Never mind, the great and good await, or perhaps a grand gilt gold guide, or a grey-green guardian goalkeeper, ever facing the goal attack of the government actuary, or on general assignment, dispensing general anaesthetic to the graphic arts. Might instead we find a fellow fast family fighter with a cold, fool's cap folio for the fine art of filtered air, fatty acid, and Fanny Adams, a fluorescent antibody of fuck all in Stoke-on-Trent. Or what the hell? A large Latin law learner drawing the light, linear line that links London, Loughborough and Luxembourg to stage left. Where we might now, in gentle paralysis, make general pause for the grand passion. For our galley proofs have arrived for the sign SJF is holding and is about to show. TLDR. So, to discharge my entertainment duty with an effective dose, measured by the experimental detector, an extensive disease renders our existence doubtful. And we've arrived at the acceptable daily intake and 1 ABF, an absolute bloody final. Drink, because it's okay, we're at fit at the end. Besides, we're poets. We can all piss off early tomorrow Saturday, and it's TTFN and BBS. That'll be ta-ta for now. Let's be back soon.